Hello there and welcome from me, Edward Rukidi Kijananguma, to Lunchtime News this Tuesday, the 14th day of January 2020. Now, President Yoweri Museveni has warned all public servants against engaging in any form of corruption. The president, was speaking at the swearing-in ceremony of the newly appointed ministers, reminded them that corruption is a betrayal to Ugandans who are yearning for service delivery. The ceremony took place yesterday at State House, Entebbe.
President Yoweri Museveni has warned all public servants against engaging in any form of corruption. He reminded them that this vice is a great betrayal to Ugandans who are desperately yearning for service delivery. The president was speaking at the swearing-in ceremony of the newly appointed ministers that were announced in a minor cabinet change that the president made on the 14th of December 2019. He explained that some of the appointments and changes he made were brought about by reports of corruption in some government ministries and departments. The new cabinet ministers that were sworn in include Honorable Raphael Majezi for local government and Honorable Judith Nabakova for information communication technology and communications. Others were state ministers. For environment, Honorable Beatrice Anywa; Fisheries, Honorable Helen Adoa; Health General, Honorable Robina Nabanja; Sports, Honorable Dennis Oboa; ICT and Communications, Honorable Peter Ogwang; and that of Economic Monitoring, Honorable Molly Kamukama. The President used the occasion to caution the new ministers not to be trapped in the cancer of corruption, but rather serve Ugandans with dignity, honesty, and faithfulness.
I don't want to hear of any corruption in any of those sectors. Really, this is a betrayal by you fellows, you people. When you have this opportunity to serve the 42 million people, and you, instead of doing that, you start doing crooked things. You are really displeasing, first and foremost, God, because God is the one who sees you. But, you see. So I don't want this generation of you people also to be like those people, to become a failure because of greed, really, because this is greed, it's not anything else.
He revealed that the new appointments were meant to recognize the leaders who always stand and defend the masses and the plight of the ordinary people. He urged the ministers to always stand with the masses, reminding them that the National Resistance Movement is a mass party that derives all its strength from the population. Mr. Museveni welcomed the youth members who have joined the cabinet, saying he had deliberately appointed them to join the elders and learn from them. He prayed that they would perform their ministerial duties diligently. Prime Minister Dr. Ruhakana Rugunda, First Lady and Minister of Education and Sports, Honorable Janet Museveni, several cabinet ministers, permanent secretaries, and relatives of the new ministers attended the ceremony. Priscilla Namara reporting.
And congratulations to the new ministers there, and of course the president, they are urging them not to engage in graft. Now, news just in. Makerere University has held the first 70th graduation ceremony, which will run until Friday, the 17th of January 2020. A total of 13,510 graduates are expected to be awarded degrees, diplomas, and of these 6,820 are female representing 50.5% and 6,689 are male, representing 49.5%. Now, according to the Vice Chancellor's statement released by the university, a total of 61 graduates will receive PhDs, 17 of these being female, and 1,173 graduates, 471 female, will receive master's degrees. A total of 422 will also receive first-class degrees, out of which the best students were female from both the Sciences and Humanities colleges at Makerere University. Now, the leader of government, business and Prime Minister of Uganda, Dr. Hakana Rugunda, represented President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni at this year's graduation ceremony. The First Lady and Minister for Education and Sports, Janet Kata Museveni, reiterated government's commitment to increase funding for innovation and research at the university.
This stage of your education might have come to an end, but the learning process must continue.
The university has established an incubation center to nurture ideas and link university researchers to industry, who are the end users. This development is commendable, and we shall continue to support the university in this area. I encourage you to seek more support, linkages and partnerships by taking advantage of your unique areas of strength. Government expects your research to contribute innovation, knowledge, and knowledge generation, and inform our strategies for industrialization and development.
I wish to assure our stakeholders that the struggle to weed out indiscipline from Makerere University will continue, and students who have made hooliganism a hobby or a trade will be dismissed from the university.
And congratulations to those graduates there. Meanwhile, the new ministers for ICT, Judith Nabakoba and Peter Ogwang, have assumed office from former ministers Frank Tumwebaze and Aida Nantaba, respectively. And Tumwebaze, who takes on a new assignment as Cabinet Minister for Gender, Labour and Social Development, has urged the new ministers to push for a law that will compel government agencies procure local IT innovations as well as protect startups. The newly appointed ministers have pledged to embark on the fight against corruption among government agencies to save taxpayers' money. Let's have the highlights of that handover.
I therefore wish to thank the President for the opportunity and responsibility he gave me to steer the ICT and national guidance sector for the last 3 years and a half. It has been an enriching experience. This brief report highlights the vision, mandate, mission, and functions of the ministry and the affiliated agencies. It also shows the key achievements registered, pending matters, and challenges facing the sector. I believe at an appropriate time, the ministry will arrange for you a comprehensive briefing to you involving the individual departments and agencies to provide an in-depth comprehension of the sector activities. Once again, I thank the team at the ministry for making it possible for me to execute my duties, the permanent secretary, the directors, the undersecretary, and the ministry staff. Once again, I welcome you, colleague minister and the Minister of State for the ICT sector, and I wish you all the best as you steer the ministry to greater heights. Okay. Here it is. My pleasure to hand over this.
And the same instruments or documents to the State Minister.
Thank you.
And
I want to thank His Excellency the President for appointing me to come and work in the Ministry of ICT. But my special thanks and message goes to my brother, who I call him as my mentor. Honorable Frank, we are going to miss you in the sector. But that does not mean that you don't come in to help us whenever we need your guidance. To our technical team here, it's true we have come in with a purpose and a vision There's a reason why we are here today, and there's a vision we have been appointed. To my boss, we shall work with you to deliver the work which His Excellency the President has assigned us to do in this sector.
He gave us 6 points, but one key point was the one that touched corruption. He said he's tired of corruption. He's tired of corrupt people. He wants to see us delivering services to the people. If we are talking about connectivity, are we going to evaluate ourselves? How far have we reached in that area of connectivity? If it is innovations, have we delivered up to the expectations? What are the challenges? I may not say much at this moment. We shall organize visits with the PS to come to your individual agencies to see what you have done, what are the challenges, look at the policy statements, and we see how we can maybe lobby cabinet and parliament if it is the issue to do with resources, but we need to lobby resources that are going to work, not resources that will be diverted. If we ask for resources, we need resources that we shall be ready to account for, that we asked for this money from parliament, we've been in position to do ABCD.
Newly appointed ICT ministers taking instruments of office there and of course pledging to fight corruption, and UBC TV being part of the ICT ministry, well represented there by the MD and the Deputy Managing Director. Now, the threats of youth unemployment and idleness in Uganda will soon be of the past as more youths acquire skills through vocational training. Now, this comes at a time when local governments, in partnership with the President's office, are selecting youth for training in various vocational skills at various training centers around Kampala.
Over 3,000 girls from Wandigea, Mutundwa neighboring suburbs of Kampala who trained in tailoring, knitting, hairdressing, shoemaking, baking and weaving are being assessed by the Directorate of Industrial Training. It is a presidential initiative of skilling the girl child to provide skills for every Ugandan. The Acting Director, Directorate of Industrial Training at the Ministry of Education and Sports, Patrick Byakatonda, says all those assessed and certified will receive modular certificates and startup kits.
Here we are undergoing assessment. This is the presidential initiative for skilling the girl child. So they are doing a lot of work. There is weaving, there is baking, there is tailoring. Mention it. These people are being undergoing assessment. After assessment, those who pass, they are going to work. However, His Excellency, on a special way, he gives them what we call entandikwa, working capital.
The project coordinator, Presidential Initiative of Skilling the Girl Child, Sergo Moses, says over 10,000 girls have been trained since 2017.
Recruiting those girls from Ghetto, from Kampala, and other part of countries. So to come here to join this project, you have to get the national ID. That's only the requirement. We need national ID. We train them for 6 months. We give them lunch. The material is for free. So we are able to train like here. These people who are seated in the exam today is 3,298.
He says the imparted skills acquired by the youths will help them bring services nearer to their communities.
Here, Susan, I thank you, the President, for bringing for us this project. We thank you a lot for this project. We have learned so many things and we are going to succeed on this.
Uganda today, people are suffering in the villages. Like me, I was in the village. I had nothing to do. They told me to come here to study. So I thank you very much because I know everything. I know tailoring. I thank you, Mr. President. And the next thing, you promised us to give us a tailoring machine and 1M. We are hoping to get it, to get them.
Shaidat Nasaku, reporting for UBC.
It's coming to 1:15 in the studios of UBC TV. We'll now take a short break, but lunchtime news will return with what's happening in the world of business. Do stay with us.
Good morning, Uganda. Today is a great day to make someone's day. A wonderful day to rewrite the future. Today is a beautiful day to light up their world. Or maybe even the perfect day to say, "You're my world." A marvelous day to make a brand new start. The perfect day to make the world smaller. Uganda, today isn't just another day. Today is your day. Airtel Money, with you always. Airtel Money, instant, secure, borderless.
Welcome to Fast First, where today we're talking about bride price and how it is a threat to women's progress. And I want us to get straight into it. Is bride price a prestigious thing here in Karamoja?
It is something that is done culturally, that when you're getting married, it's not your husband to pay you, it's the clan.
I believe that when you get married, it is a prestige and it is a pride for you, the family, and even you, the girl who is getting married.
Okay.
So we have strong beliefs in marriage. Marriage is good bonding. Marriage is security itself. Security to the clan, security to the tribe, security to
the lady.
Because the idea of thinking she has been brought for punishment, it's not true.
Four strangers, a designer, a chef, a travel agent, and a caterer will compete in the place we all know and love, the kitchen. For the grand prize of 1 million shillings, they will need every skill, every tip.
We don't cut Nakati with a chopping board in Uganda.
Rabbit. Every advantage.
My husband taught me this.
But if you can't take the hit,
I'm worried about the food. Put it in there.
wait at the table.
I can be what I want to be. I can be a president if I want to be a president.
Or not. But wherever you go, don't miss the all-new series premiere for Jangu Today, coming soon.
Welcome back from that short break, and this is Lunchtime News here on UBC TV. A warm welcome to you who are just joining us. Now let's talk some business where market vendors in Hoima Central Market have decried the high taxation imposed on them. The vendors allege that despite them paying high taxes, the hygiene of the market is worrying. Let's get more in this report.
Market vendors of Hoima Central Market have decried the high charges imposed on them compared to their daily sales. The vendors were meeting Jonad Development Foundation, led by engineer Jonad Asimwe, on how to improve their welfare.
This central market is full of problems, challenges, everything. As per now, as I speak, we are facing a lot of challenges. When you become our MP, at least help us. First of all, rental problems. As I talk about now, some of the butchers who fail to pay the rent. It's high. As we talk now. The hygiene, as we see them. Other blocks are closed. They are not closed for nothing, but financially, at least if government, when you go there, you at least look for us, so that they can bring fast money down. At least in our circles, this market has a lot of circles, but they have nothing in their pockets.
The market vendors appreciated the stalls given to them, but still they allege the stalls are too small for their products to fit in. They are, however, worried that the charges might be increased.
We are given a smaller stall, and we can't put whatever we have in there. Like if we put some stuffs down, they come and disturb us, they come and take them, they come and grab and take them, they rot in their stores.
On a tour of the market, Engineer Jonada Simwe was urged to lobby for vendors on issues of rent, improvement on the hygiene, and also to support the market circles. The Jonad Development Foundation will engage concerned parties to see how they can transform Hoima Central Market.
We are going to reach the really authorities who are concerned. And another thing is that about circles, about whatever, we are going to have more studies. We have more sensitization so that we can know how all of us we can benefit. And also, the municipal council, which controls this market, sometimes I request everyone who is here, we should always also know that there are authorities given to the municipal over these markets. If you have challenges, there is a parliament of the what? Of the municipal, what we call a council. They normally sit. You have councillors, you have the representatives from the market here. Make sure that you put at least much of your points which are needed, which you feel that are burning you. Put them across. Let them go be and what? Be discussed in the council.
The market vendors demanded to be equipped with entrepreneur skills. Sudat Kaye reporting.
Elsewhere in the world, we begin in Saudi Arabia, where 21 members of the Saudi military are being expelled from the U.S. after a cadet carried out a mass shooting at an air base last month. Now, the servicemen are not accused of aiding the 21-year-old Saudi Air Force lieutenant, but U.S. Attorney General William Barr said the cadets were found to have had jihadist material and indecent images of children in their possession. Now, 3 sailors were killed and 8 wounded in the 6th December attack. Training for Saudi servicemen was put on hold in the U.S. after the attack. Barr told a news conference on Monday that the shooting at Naval Air Station Pensacola had been an act of terrorism. He said he had asked Apple to unlock 2 iPhones that belonged to the gunman who was killed by police in the attack. The gunman fired a bullet into one phone in an effort to destroy it, but Barr said the FBI investigators were able to restore the device. Still in the U.S., the U.S. has reserved its decision to brand China a currency manipulator as the 2 countries prepare to wind down their trade war. Now, the U.S. said it made the change because China had agreed to refrain from devaluing its currency to make its own goods cheaper for foreign buyers. Washington and Beijing are expected to sign that Phase 1 pact this week. Now, the deal is aimed at de-escalating the tit-for-tat tariff war the 2 countries have engaged in since 2018. U.S. Treasury Secretary Steven Mnuchin said China has made enforceable commitments to refrain from competitive devaluation while promoting transparency and accountability. President Donald Trump has repeatedly accused China of allowing the value of the yuan to fall, making Chinese goods cheaper. But on Monday, the U.S. said that the value of the yuan had appreciated since August at the height of the trade war. Sports news now, and the cricket bilateral ties between Uganda and Tanzania have started with action at the Chambugo University Cricket Oval. Now, the Saints contest this series using the much-acclaimed T20 version. Let's get more in this report.
Uganda and Tanzania are in a 5-day cricket bilateral series that has started at Chambugo University Cricket Oval. The tournament attracted 3 teams, with Uganda fielding 2. In the first game, the Uganda Under-19 team beat the Uganda Select side by 41 runs in a game Susan Kakai starred with 35 runs for the winners.
We have a strong feeling that our team, Under-19 girls, have a strong future in retaining the trophy here at home.
No sooner had the afternoon session started with Uganda Select playing Tanzania than the rain came down to slow proceedings. With the limited chances of finishing on time, organizers decided to reduce overs, with Tanzania getting victory by 6 wickets via the Duckworth-Lewis method. Action continues on Tuesday with Uganda's under-19 team playing Tanzania in the morning session. The rules of engagement are a double round robin before the first and second contest the final on Friday. John Barnes, Sentamo, reporting.
And that brings us to the end of lunchtime news this Tuesday, the 14th day of January 2020. My name is Edward Rukidi Kijanangoma. Stay tuned for more programs to come your way. Bye for now.